Welcome back. For your teens, how much sleep do they really need? Should parents be sitting at bedtime? Are there certain distractions maybe that are inhibiting their sleep?
We have Dr. Stephanie Hansen, a pediatrician at Sanford Health, joining us again today to talk about sleep. We are all sleep deprived, I think. So this is a great topic. I was very excited. We're talking teens, but I'm like, I have a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old, so I need to get my own personal questions answered too. Let's talk a little bit about teens, though, to start.
Yeah.
Are they getting enough sleep, in your view?
No, definitely not. And I have a teenager at my house, and even in my own family, it's really difficult to set those goals and meet them.
Once they get to be teenagers, I feel like it doesn't even have to be 13, 16. It's hard to, they know what they need, right? And they know better. But do you have to set some ground rules with kids, even teenagers, when it comes to sleep habits?
Yeah, teenagers naturally like to, kind of stay up late and push that envelope. And what people don't always realize is that the teenage brain is really still developing and growing. And most teenagers honestly need somewhere around 8 to 10 hours of sleep at night.
Wow.
Up until like when they're 18, 19?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So what happens if they don't get that much sleep?
Well, probably the #1 thing it affects is their mood during the day. So, we always think of teenagers as being these irritable, crabby creatures. If they're not getting enough sleep, that can really make those symptoms worse. But it also affects their ability to focus and pay attention. If they're chronically not getting enough sleep, that can cause issues down the road like high blood pressure, obesity, and then it really has the potential to affect their mood.
So let's flip it back then. How do you set these, do you need to set bedtimes? How do you get your kids enough sleep?
Well, I think have a conversation with your teenager about it and really talk about why sleep is important, why you care that they get enough sleep. Set the example in your own life. Show your teenager that sleep is a priority for you as well, and make those changes for yourself. But I do think it's important to have some guiding boundaries to help your teen get enough sleep at night.
And is that bedtime, setting a routine? You think about babies setting a routine, you don't think about that for teenagers.
Yeah. So really having a regular bedtime, I think, is so important. Getting the screens out of the bedroom is probably even a bigger deal, because the lure of the phone or the lure of the tablet really will keep them from falling asleep. There's some evidence that the light that's emitted from these devices can really affect the quality of sleep you get later on too. So screens out of the bedroom, have a regular bedtime routine, and then try to stick to it as much as you can.
I mentioned I have a 10-year-old, and I was talking to some of our producers in the newsroom about catching my daughter on the phone after she was supposed to go to bed. This is like, I guess I didn't have a cell phone when I was a teenager or a 10-year-old. So,
yeah.
This is something you need to be conscious and aware of, correct, as a parent?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we talk about, maybe you have a charging device that lives in a different room and everybody's got a hand in their phone at 9:30 or whatever time you deem is appropriate for your family. But again, setting that example in your own life of putting away the technology, allowing the body to relax and get ready for bedtime.
Good
Tough
ideas.
for us too. I know.
So
we shouldn't be on Facebook before we go to bed either. So all important things. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in. I always like to ask this, any great resources for bedtime routines, resources for parents if they're struggling with this?
I just really love the website healthychildren.org. It's put out by the American Academy of Pediatrics, and it addresses topics that are relevant for kids of all ages. So this would be a perfect question to look up and research on that website.
And you can always message your provider as well with all of these questions.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I love that you can do that now. Thank you so much. Coming up on today's show, tea-toxing. Does it really work? We'll find out next.